Well, good morning. Welcome to Springfield, Oregon, and I'm Rick Dancer, and this show is sponsored by CrisDental. Eugene, a dentist here in town, my dentist, in fact, and one of the things that Michael Bratland really likes to do, our doctor, is a big fan of our police force. And so we do each month this show called Back in the Blues. And this month we are here at Springfield Police, and we've hired Big Bone Daddy BBQ, and they are providing the food, and we're feeding Springfield police officers, the janitors, the inside staff, and also firefighters from 11 o'clock until 2 o'clock today. So that's kind of how the whole picture works. Now let me, I'm going to talk to her really quick. Where's the boss?
That's a tough call.
Yeah, tough.
The old skate world.
What do we got? Show me what we got here.
We got our pulled pork.
Oh my God.
We got our Helen beans.
What is Helen Beans?
Helen beans is a lady from our church. It's her recipe. It's a little got a little kick with some jalapeno, onions, and some peppers. It's a little spicy. Gets you on the back end.
So she doesn't bring that to church, does she?
Every once in a while she does, but she doesn't tell people, and it's kind of funny to watch.
So introduce yourself to them.
Hi, I'm Frank Heflin. I'm the owner and proprietary guy, the cook, pitmaster of Bone Daddy BBQ. Food cart, we do it all.
So pretty nice to be here doing something nice for the first responders in Springfield.
It is. We were lucky enough for you guys to come and ask us to do it. We are happy to do it. It's nice to get back to these guys because what's going on. They work hard. They get a lot of gruff. We want to make them happy and feed them.
So how long have you guys been around? When did Bone Daddy start?
Bone Daddy started about 2 years ago. We decided to go full time 2 years ago. I've been cooking for friends and family, weddings, parties, churches, almost all my life. So, but business-wise, 2 years. So, I enjoy it.
And you come fully equipped.
Yep, we got the whole wagon. On top of this, we have a 15-foot inline smoker that comes too. We didn't bring it; didn't have enough room. We can cook 2 full hogs. We can cook up to 400 pounds of pulled pork at one time. Turkeys, deer, elk, anything you can think of, we can smoke. We haven't tried humans yet. But
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm really glad. Especially when you're at the police department, it's probably good not to talk too much about that.
yeah, I mean, people have asked the fried green tomato recipe, but we don't do that yet. So,
So how do people get a hold of you?
Well, you can go on to our Facebook page. It's The Bone Daddy BBQ on Facebook, or you can go to thebonedaddybbq.com. And it has our link on Instagram is Bone Daddy BBQ. And you can just get a hold of us, send us a link, email, and we can hook up. Or we will be starting out the old Skate World building probably in the next month. We'll be set up there a couple days a week, and we'll put out Facebook notifications to people that are on our Facebook.
So you're going to be doing it inside the skate rink then?
We're not inside the skate rink, but in the parking lot. We'll be set up there a couple days a week.
Oh, that's cool. So start kind of getting your...
Start to get our feet out there and get a little clientele, I guess you call it.
So let me know so we can tell people about that.
Definitely, we will.
Okay. All right. Thanks, buddy. All right, Michael. Come here. Michael, we're on. Here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Take the mask off for a second.
Okay. Take the hat off.
So, you guys, this is Michael Bratland, the doctor, the dentist at CrisDental. So, how did you come up with this idea?
I don't know how we came up with this idea, Rick. We started doing the stories with the Springfield Police Department, and then I don't know. Like I just said, let's just feed them. And then I asked you if you knew anybody that made good food, and you said, yeah, I know the guy Frank from Bone Daddy BBQ. And so I said, yeah, let's just call him, and we got it set up, and we did it pretty quickly.
So why is this important to you? Just that police and first responders are recognized for what they do?
Well, I think half of it is because everybody's so polarized right now, and everybody's so anti-policemen. And I'm like, no, the policemen are there to protect us, and they're awesome. And I'm like, I don't know, it's just a nice gesture. And this is not about being on your show. It's just whether I was on the show or not, I was still going to do it. And I think we're going to do this every year because so far it's been awesome.
Right. So do something, and just to make sure that people know, because you've heard from all these officers, people coming up and everybody's shaking your hand.
Yeah. No, it's nice. They're all saying thank you. They're very, very appreciative. So yeah. I think they're happy that that people recognize them for their efforts.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael, thanks, man. All right, Lieutenant, if you could take the mask off so I can talk to you real fast.
Hey.
How you doing, buddy?
Good. I'm doing great. Thank you.
So why is stuff like this important for you guys? Because right now, this is probably a tough time to be a police officer or even a dispatcher or anyone connected with the police force.
Sure. I think law enforcement is really taking a hit in our media nationwide. I mean, we hear about it every day. The downfalls of police actions, and those are obviously exponentially greater when they're on our local media, national media. And so small gestures like this from the doctor is just awesome. It keeps our morale up. We have a lot of support in Springfield. We appreciate that support. People are coming out of the woodworks to more so than I ever in my 30 years.
How so? Like what? Like yeah? What? You're just hearing it.
Notes from kids. People coming down to the PD and just telling us, "Hey, just want you to know we support you and support what you're doing." The Chamber of Commerce put together. A lot of the businesses around town put together meals for us, and so they're actually been coming down fairly regularly with like bags of goodies for our officers, and just tremendous support. It really, I think our officers recognize that there is a lot of support. It's not as vocal as some we've seen in the past here recently, but there is a lot of support. We appreciate that.
So who's it harder on, do you think, the younger officers or the people who've been around for a long time?
No doubt. I'm near the end of my career. I'm on that downward slope. I feel for the newer officers. I feel for those officers that are 10 or 15 years into it. And, we've had a lot of conversations at command staff about what we can do to try to, keep our morale up and keep those people, those good people, in our profession, because we hear about it nationwide that they're leaving the profession, and that's the last thing you want to do is see good people, and also not only that, but to recruit good people into our profession. And ironically, we've had some great numbers of applications in our last couple processes, and have hired some real awesome young people that are going to have bright futures in law enforcement, which is really a neat thing to see.
Well, and that says a lot about them too, if they're brave enough going, okay, with all this going on right now and you still want to do this. That's the kind of people you want in your police force.
For sure. They want to make a difference, and they see what's going on nationwide. And they want to be part of the difference. They think that they can help, and that's a great, especially from kids that are 21, 22, 23 years old, saying those type of things. Those are the kind of people you want in your department.
Right. Where's that kid? The young guy who was shooting the video. Would you grab him for me?
Chris.
Is it Chris? Is he? Yeah. That's who I want to talk. So you got, again, this is sponsored by Dr. Bratland, Michael Bratland of CrisDental, and in Eugene. He just wanted to do something nice to back the blue. And so I'm going to have you take that off anyway, but thank you for being respectful and putting it on. But
I got stuff all over my teeth now.
No, I don't think you do. We'll check him out.
Okay.
So we're going to talk with somebody else here in just a second, and then we're going to let the police just kind of enjoy themselves. I didn't warn you. I'm sorry.
You didn't warn me.
So tell them who you are.
My name's Chris Laris. I work for the Springfield Police Department as the Community Outreach Coordinator.
So how do you see this affecting younger cops like yourself, people like you, who are in the business but new at it, and you're looking forward?
I think that it's as far as what goes. Like
in terms of all the negative information about police officers, how are the young guys handling that?
Personally, I'll speak for myself. I think it's a perfect time for, the younger ones that actually have always wanted to be a police officer, only because if you can handle it now through these hard times, you're going to be a stellar officer in the future. So, it starts with us, and we have to go out there and do what's right always. And if they can figure out a way to get through it, and even though it's stressful and it's a lot on an officer, the younger guys they're doing what they can to again get through it and make sure that they're still always doing the right thing and enforcing the law as best as they can.
And you guys are pretty well supported in Springfield. We kind of love our police over here.
Yeah, I hear it more than the officers themselves, because I'm not an actual police officer. As a community outreach coordinator, I go out and speak to businesses, schools, and Latinx communities and minority groups and stuff like that. So for me, I hear it more often than not. And what's cool is that there's been a lot of veteran officers who have been here for 10 years that say they have never heard more positive feedback from the community than they have, in these times. So you hear it more often than not. But for me, myself, I'm out there. And
so how does the minority community, since you're a member of the minority community, and how the people you're dealing with, are they in Springfield, are they afraid? Are they, they have their fears? Or what's?
I would say there's a little bit of both. My parents have been here for over 30 years. They came here in '89, and so I asked them a lot of questions as far as what's your experience been like in Springfield since you've lived here for a long time, and your friends and the people that come to our house, and their feedback is always, I've never had a problem, and what they always tell me is that if you're out there doing things that are going to potentially get you in trouble, that's when you're going to see more police activity in your own personal life. But if you're out there working hard and you're doing what you should be doing, you shouldn't have any sense of worry or concern there.
And you understand what some of the, especially in the African American community.
I even have to say that I get both sides, but there's a clear line right now that you're either on this side or that side. And for me, being the liaison for the police department, it is hard to get people to kind of see both perspectives, but at the same time, I'm also growing as an individual myself, regardless of whether I work here or not.
Well, thanks for doing what you do. I mean, seriously, because we need you.
It's harder than it sounds, but especially right now, it's almost impossible to do a lot of the outreach that I normally would have been doing. Not just because of what's going on with the whole African American minority community thing, but also COVID and having to social distance and not being able to meet in front of people, but doing everything virtually. It's kind of a step back in a direction I'd like to take and not have.
Well, thanks, man. Time, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So again, you guys, all day till 2:00, we're going to be feeding CrisDental Dental Clinic out of Eugene is going to be feeding Springfield police officers and first responders. So fire department people will also be coming over, and Bone Daddy Barbecue we've hired to come down and feed them. And this is called Back the Blues. We do a story once a month with people talking about the good things that are happening with Eugene, Springfield, and the Lane County Sheriff's deputies. So we've got all. And I'm Rick Dancer, and this is Get Real with Rick Dancer. Thank you, CrisDental of Eugene, for sponsoring our show and doing something to back the blues every month. You guys share this on your page so other people can see it. And if you see a Springfield police officer or a Eugene police officer or a sheriff's deputy, would you go up and show them a little love? All right. I'm Rick Dancer. We'll talk with you later.